Now, I told you guys I was going to allow you to follow me along through this journey with Manhattan Strategy Group as a USDA reviewer. So one of my first steps in this whole process, and I told you that I ran into issues, but one of the first processes is that you have to send a sample set of photos. And the reason why they want you to send a sample set of photos is to make sure you have proper working equipment. Like you can use either a digital camera or a smartphone for your photos, right? Me particularly, I like using my digital camera. Now they do say if you use a digital camera or whatever, or smartphone, they don't want it any less than 2 years old, simply because of the photo taking qualities, right? So again, of course, I like to use my camera. However, I had a problem. I sent in my first sample set of photos with not really thinking too much of it, but I was contacted and said I might need to check my settings. Although I knew my settings on my camera should have been fine. However, this is what I ran into with my camera. I took this photo here of a store shelf as a sample photo, right? Now, with these kind of photos, they should be able to zoom in and read every product on the shelf, right? That is the whole purpose of clear, concise photos. Well, because I never really had to take those type of photos, do you see what's happening here? Just around the edges of the bottom of the photo, it's mostly in this area here, but it's blurry, just like this is all blurry, so it's difficult to read, unlike something that's clear just like that. So I had to go back in and resubmit photos, and I checked my settings and I tried to check my camera and everything, and I retook photos, but I was still coming up with the same issue. So what I found out is that I believe there is a lens problem with my camera. That's the reason why the blurry outside, because there's no settings that will allow that to happen unless there's some type of a lens problem. So that is just something to keep in mind. I never had to take detailed photos like this, so that I never paid attention to any kind of blurriness, because most of my photos were of buildings and not detailed shelf items like these. So what ended up happening is I ended up having to use my cell phone. I do not particularly like using my cell phone, but until I either fix the digital camera problem or something like that, then this is my alternative, is to use my cell phone. And I sent those photos in from my cell phone that I took with my cell phone, and those passed with flying colors. So now I'm on to the next stage, and I'll kind of go into the next stage with you in another video. So that is just something to keep in mind. Be sure that when you supply your sample photos, make sure you check your photos to make sure everything is crisp and clear in your photos and can be read. Because if it can't be read, or if it's blurry, they're going to reject your photos, and so that could actually hurt you down the line. And I'll share more of that in later videos. But be sure that when you send in your photos, that you have really good photos in order for you to make it to the next step. All right, peace out.